Hey guys, Matt, Cichlid Dojo, back with another monthly Fishroom update. This is for the month of October. Kind of just a little brief rundown. I kind of go through anything that's new in these videos, everything that's available, and I try to cover all of my fish. Just kind of a big summary, and obviously do that on a monthly basis. And so anyways, try to keep this video, 30 minutes is the target, and we'll go from there. So we'll get right into it. Started on a different tank this time, and of course when I start talking they're all hiding in the back, but this is my wild caught pair of Rio Gaius Feste. They're doing really good. See, the female just ran and hid in her little tube. Male can't fit in there, which is by design, and more of a shyer species. So with his garage door open like this, I'm surprised they're out and about doing what they're doing right now. I just opened it up, but male's looking phenomenal. I've said it hundreds of times and completely incredibly happy with the way this guy's turning out, and he gets bigger and thicker every single day. I can't tell you what his length would be. I'm guessing, if it just had to be a guess, I'd probably say 13 inches. I have no idea. I'm not going to pull him out just to measure, but he's definitely the biggest male Feste I've ever kept. And as a pair, definitely my most productive and kind of a really good pair that has gotten along really well. I hope I don't jinx myself, and kind of spawns consistently. This female is just getting really bulky and beefy. Great fish, great species in general. As you guys know, if you follow my channel, my absolute favorite species, it's red terrors, Mesoheros Feste. So they're doing really good, and I got 5 of them available. We'll see them in a second. But probably getting close to me doing a specific video update just on this pair at some point. Lighted tank update. I'll do that when I get around to it. We'll see when. Anyways, they're doing really good, and I got fry available, and this is one of their latest batches of fries. These are not the ones that are available. These are much smaller, but this is their last batch, and you can already see little bars forming on these guys. Super fun. Love the breeding part of it. So anyways, Feste wild caught pair is doing good. On the other side, I have as you know, I've been trying what I thought was 1 male and 2 females. This one right here I thought was a female due to lack of spangles on the body. As you know, it can be very wrong very easily, even up to like 6-7 inches is really tough. Not venting, of course. That's what I'm talking about. But there's another one over there. I think that one's definitely a female, and the male is hiding somewhere. But just patience in this tank, trying to give that male a chance to mature and see if he wants one of these females, and go from there. Might have to switch them up later on, but just working on this. And they're on the other side of the divider in this 240 gallon with the wild caught pair on the left. So it's kind of my Feste setup. Moving along, I'm going to cover this tank. Not a lot to look at right now, but have something to talk about here. As I mentioned previously, I'll try to get in there. This red tiger moda pair, Parachromis modaguensis. There she comes in the light. Beautiful, beautiful female. I shipped them out to a buddy of mine, like I mentioned previously. The male is pretty large, probably, I guess, like 10 inches, give or take. And for some reason, some unknown reason, and I tried to find out, called the shipping company after the package was returned to me the next day. It was a real hassle. And I know my buddy is really upset about it, and so was I. I'm glad they got back with no issues, but I've decided, you know, I don't want to put them through that again. In addition, you know, shipping company might not refund the money, so I'm gonna make them available locally. And again, I've had multiple spawns off this pair. These are F1 Rio Motagua, Red Tiger Motos, Parachromis motaguensis. Really beautiful. And let me know if you're interested. They've spawned multiple times. Since I got them in the smaller 75 gallon, I've decided to keep the divider in, but I've had them with other fish in the tank, more distractions, and they've spawned multiple times. So I also got fry off of them if you're interested. So I'm gonna move them. You know, it's just it's like hot potato. You know, trying to decide what projects I want to work on next. Use tank space and whatnot. So I could definitely use the 75 gallon to grow some fish out, and that's what I decided to do. So I'll make this pair available locally. Let me know if you're interested. Message me. Sorry guys for shipping. I'm gonna give the local guys a chance on this because of their failed shipping endeavor recently. So anyways, really beautiful male and female. All right, moving on. Down below, we just have fry tanks, 3 10 gallons on the right. Those are multifasciatus Freddies. And then in the middle, these are more Rio Gaius Feste fry. And then on the left, we have Panamensis. And the Panamensis are available. These guys, there's bigger of both the Freddies and Feste. So we'll see those when we get around to it. But like always, message me if you're interested. Let's move this way for a change. Unfortunately, it looks like these guys are going to be hiding. These are just some grow-outs, F1 grow-outs. I think I only have like 5 left in this tank, and I'm more keeping them because there's 1 or 2 males that I need to grow out. Again, I have plenty of bigger females that I want to use. It's the lack of bigger males, and so it's just been me trying to grow some of these guys out. Let's see if this guy comes out a little bit. There you can see the big males hiding in the pot. But anyways, I need him to grow because I have a wild caught for him I want to try, but he's just a little bit under her size. So I'm going to play it safe, take my time, and continue to grow these out. There he is. And he's not destroying the other fish too bad, so it should be okay right now. Let's move on. Down below, I just actually have some meds in here, healing up a depi that I had with my Trimax. You'll see the Trimax later, and it got really messed up. I was using these depi as dithers. Really nice profile, beautiful fish. By the way, I'm actually kind of regretting I got rid of most of them, but I'm just going to heal this one up, and maybe I'll move this one. So anyways, not going to look good in this hospital tank. Kind of how I'm treating it right now. Next, we got another 120 with the True Green Terrors and Dino Carl Stalsbergi, and I'm betting they're not going to come out much too. Another skittish species, but incredibly beautiful. You can see that one peeking out there, and no spawns from them. So I'm running low on my fry, my F1 Stalsbergi fry. You guys message me if you're interested. They're going to be running thin, and might look like I don't have any fry coming in the future. So unless this pair does something abnormal. Anyways, we'll move on. Down below, just as a holding tank, I have a wild caught female Feste, that one that I want to try with that male. Nothing worth looking at here, so we'll move on. All right, here's my big breeder Blue Texas or Carpentis tank. I got 2 pairs divided. You guys know this. I focus on these guys quite a bit. There's one of the breeder females in breeding dress, and you can see the male on this side, my favorite, and they're recently back back in the groove, started breeding again for me successfully. So was very excited about that. And they're doing good. I just had to change a few things around in this tank. And you can see some of their fry up above. A little decent sized batch. Doing okay up here. And thank you very much for spawning again. I have bigger ones from these guys available if you guys are interested. So message me on that. But I absolutely love this species, love this pair. And it's just another one of those males, probably the best male I've ever kept. Probably by a long shot. Escondido Carpentis, guys. Let me know if you're interested in some fry. The other pair on this other side, you can see the female's also in breeding dress. And she's usually more feisty. She sometimes flare up. There she goes. A lot more feisty of a female over here. Males right here. And I also have a batch of their fry up above. As you can see. Little medium size, small, decent sized batch. So, got fry available. Let me know if you're interested. And we're gonna go see some of the pair on the left's grow-outs, which I have a breeding pair of them happening. But before we go there, we'll just look down below. Got some of the Cubans. Some of these guys are getting pretty big. I'm gonna say, I gotta update this to about 2 to 3 inches available. Let me know if you're interested. Some Nundopsis tetracanthus Cuban cichlids off of my pair, which we'll go see in a little bit. Okay, let's move along. Keep this video shorter. 100 gallon. I have mostly my blue Texas grow-outs. I grew these guys out because I was not getting spawns from the big breeders, but obviously now I started to. And this pair over here on the left is really doing well. They're on their second spawn. Really good pair, breeding pair, it seems, at this young size. But I'm keeping them in the group. I seem to be doing well in here. And let's go check out the female. See if I can see some of their fry. I definitely saw fry in there. But man, she spawned twice in about a month apart. So very good breeder, very good parents. And I'm not sure if I'm going to pull their fry or not, because you saw those 2 batches I pulled not too long ago. I also pulled a 3rd batch, which was from these guys, and I put them out in a 100-gallon pond. Now the 100-gallon pond it's going to start cooling down out here in California. It doesn't get too cold, but definitely at the peak of winter, the water temp should get in the high 40s. And so it's kind of an experiment having those Carpentis outside in the 100-gallon pond with no heater. I'm successful keeping Braziliensis, True Texas. I tried a Gymnogeophagus out there, and they've all done really well. Now, Carpentis is, I'm gonna guess, they probably can't take those that cool of water. I do have a buddy who said he's tried them in I think mid 50s before, and they worked. Obviously it's not ideal, but for that batch of fry I was either going to use them as feeders or do what I did, which is throw them outside. The water's not cold right now. It's probably in the low 70s, but thought it'd be a nice little trial experiment to see how those fry do out there during this winter, see how long they last. It might not be that long. Maybe they'll do better than expected, but the rest of the group is doing good. I do have that group in here, and I have a few Trimax in there as dithers. Threw them in there. There's 2 of them. Maybe a 3rd one back there. Hard to keep track. Anyways, Carpentis are doing well. Let me know if you're interested in some of the fry. I have smaller fry guys off of my big breeder pair on the left that you saw previously. All right, down below, 75 gallon have the Rio Gaius F1 Feste Red Terrors that are available. Let me know. I believe they're about 3/4 of an inch plus. most of them, and they're available. Shipped out a bunch this morning. So message me if you're interested. I'm gonna rotate around here, slide on my chair, see if we can get in here for the multifasciatus before they run away. But this is a really fun tank. Absolutely beautiful species. Have a good mix. I believe about probably half and half, males and females. Female, male right there. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful species. Probably going to be my favorite Parachromis. I do love the Motas too, but there's another female, and they're all on the same kind of schedule, which is funny. They all seem to breed at the same time. It's either 2 or 3 pairs, and they do it at the exact same time. I'll have a pair in the middle that'll breed on the back of that driftwood. Then I'll have a pair on the left that'll breed in that pot. And one time I had a pair that spawned in the back of that corner. Anyways, lots of action, of course. As you can see, the fish not getting destroyed or beat up too bad. But definitely I have fry these guys available. This is the female always likes to guard the fry. My latest batch of fry is right here. Little ball of them, not a ton. I pull them, you know, and when this thing gets too crowded, they don't like it too much. So a lot of them die off, but it'll probably be a good batch of 50 to 75 that grow. But I have, I think, 16 bigger ones in that 3/4 of an inch range that are available. We'll see that in a second. But this is a pretty species. Parachromis multifasciatus. Let me know if you're interested in the fry, guys. Down below, we got a 60 gallon, and we have a bunch of Rio Norana Trimax fry that are available. Probably need to update this to about an inch to inch and a half ones that are available. So message me, and we're gonna see some of the bigger ones growing out. You could always go check back some of my YouTube videos to see the parents. They were extremely large, and I moved on with those. But I also have some grow-outs too. We'll see when we near the end of this video. But I have a really good feeling. A lot of these, this population, Rio Norana, seems to have very good markings. They're very bold and clear, and you could see them in here very easily on these small fish, but we'll go see those bigger ones. I've had other populations that it's just kind of like faded out markings that you can't really see very, very well, and it's definitely one plus of this population, in my opinion. Could just be the ones that I got, who knows, but you know, I've tried the Rio Niltepec, I think. I grew out like 20 of those, and man, it just was completely different. Not saying one's better than the other, but those other ones, just the markings, they're not very good, very faded. But I really like these Rio Noranas for that purpose. Plus, I love the tall bulkiness of their profile. So, move on over here. Let's go down to this tank, and these guys are going to be very skittish for the most part. We're going to get in close for these Cubans. Here's the Cuban breeding pair. This female actually just spawned not too long ago in the pot, but not sure what happened. I think I still have a few fry hanging around in here that might have had a feast with them. But the male here is not wanting anything to do with us, facing the wrong way here. But they're doing good. And those, you know, the fry are off them, the ones, the 2 to 3 inches that I have available. So message me if you're interested. Down below, another 3 10-gallon tanks. On the left, there's more Motas. I actually have bigger ones available. I think 1 inchers. You'll see those at the end. In the middle, this is kind of winding down. Don't really have much left in here. I think a few Panamensis that I'm going to combine with that other batch. And on the right, I have a smaller batch of Islanus. So I have bigger Islanus in that inch to inch and a half range that are available. We'll see those here near the end. Anyways, let's move on. All right, these guys are going to be incredibly skittish, I'm sure. The true green terrors that have been growing out, I mean, all you can just see is crap flying everywhere because they're all running around everywhere, but just absolutely beautiful coloration on these, and they're putting on some size. Remember, I'm growing these out for myself as a backup breeding group, and I think the biggest one's like 4 inches plus. So I'll have to do a lighter video, or maybe I'm going to move these to a bigger tank. We'll see. Down below, 40 gallon. I have a lot of the Erichthus carpentis, the Escondidos off that big pair. And I'm not sure if you're seeing this. I'm blinded by the glare right now from the sunlight, but I definitely have ones 3/4 of an inch plus in here, and I always move the biggest ones. And they're available. Let me know if you're interested. All right, let's move on. I think we're making good time. Freddy's again. God, these are beautiful. It's got that little blue sheen, blue-green sheen on them, you know, with their yellow. Just fantastic. Love these guys. All right. Now, one of my favorite tanks we're going to look at here is this 180 gallon with some of my F1 grow outs, red terror grow outs, and you can see that big male. He's my absolute favorite right now. He's off of one of my old breeding pairs, and man, I love this guy. I think he is going to be a very good breeder for all the traits he has. You can see the spangles on his body, and I can tell you his barring is excellent. Starting to get a little nuchal hump, getting that bulky profile. And I don't know if I could, I know I've said that with my wild-caught male, but I think this guy might actually be a little bit better than him. Again, same population. These Rio Gaius Feste males are just fantastic. And again, this guy's an F1. So this is kind of a long-term goal when I got those wild-caughts 3+ years ago. That, you know, the goal obviously was to get some really nice F1s out of that to continue the breeding project. And I'd say this male is definitely one of those that I've been searching for and trying to get for quite a while. Very slow growth, as you know. Everything with these Feste is usually pretty slow. And he just finally got of size, and he's dominant in this tank. I have a lot of females in here. Well, actually, I shouldn't say a lot. I have 3 really nice females that I'm just thrilled by. 2 F1s, this female, and they're not going to show the coloring up right now because this wild-caught female is dominant, even though she's not the biggest. You see him and her pairing up, and she had a spawn attempt the second I released him in here. And there's 2 other females that I got that have really nice barring. Here's another one that you don't see coloring up like that. So I got those 2. They're just bigger than you know, I wish they were right now, but so that's why I'm trying to catch up a couple of those males in size to these females and go from there. But just it's an amazing population of red terrors, of Feste, and I can't be happier. Maybe a big giant spawn from these 2 would make me happy. They're unrelated. She's not his mom, and so that would be great. I would love for her to pair off with him. Focus on this guy a little bit longer before we move on. Anyways, this guy might have changed my plans for the 180 gallon. I might just have to let him have this whole tank. I was gonna do something with the Braziliensis colony outside and bring him inside, but I think this Feste is gonna have to trump that. Just let him have this whole tank stretch out. They're doing well in this group of 5 Feste and a couple silver dollars, so I'm not panicking at the moment, but we'll see. Anyways, and again, I have fry available like you saw earlier from this population, F1s. Let me know if you're interested. All right, let's move on. I just gotta move on, otherwise I'll just keep filming this guy. Down below, I have a 40 breeder. These are the red Islanus available. Let me know if you're interested. Another one that I really have to take out the biggest ones. These guys will thrash the smaller ones. So let me know if you're interested in some of these fry. Over here are some red tiger motas. I'm getting rid of the 1 inch, I'd say 1 inch to 1.5 inch. Might keep it like a group of 10 to just gross them out. That might be my grow out project in that 75 once I move that pair. I just like growing out fish and fry, seeing what comes out of them. So I might do that with some of the bigger ones, but I definitely have these fry available. If you're interested, message me. All right, now we get to the 75 gallon. So you'll notice here a couple new things. I put in a divider right here. These Rio Naranjo Trimax, which I basically had the focus on this male, which I think is just absolutely stunning. The markings, you see what I was talking about with the how bold and clear the markings, the flower markings are on this fish. Now, I'm no Trimat expert, but I feel like the markings on this fish are pretty nice. You know, he's got the teardrop things on both sides, and I think he's gonna be very nice. I divided them because they started to really thrash the depi in there, and then it was gonna, so I had to remove some, and then it really cut down the numbers, and so I didn't want this male to go after the female. And female's right here. She's still recovering a little bit. I think she was fighting that big depi, which I think is also a female. They're always squaring off. And those depi are no joke. They are aggressive too. So I played with a little fire there, but she's, I think, equally as fantastic as far as the markings to the male. So I'm giving it a shot to see if we could do a little divider breeding. You know, I got the little pod on the side, on her side of the divider. See if he wants some of that. And we'll see. If not, then I'll probably move on with these. You know, there's a lot of species, and this is probably one of them where I'm just not able to devote a bigger tank like 150 or gallon to them. And so unfortunately it's kind of like I grow them out, have fun, enjoy them, and then move them on to someone else who's going to enjoy them. And I know people out there are they definitely prefer bigger grown out fish over fry. Just the number of requests I get for that are there's a lot of them. And so I guess a win-win in those situations when I'm growing out. So at some point I might make the male and the female available, but in the meantime I'm gonna have a little fun and see if this guy will get it together. He might just want a different female, but I know a lot of you guys just have asked for a single male or a single female. Maybe you guys have the other sexes, and might work perfect in those cases, but not yet. Pay attention to the YouTube videos, and that's where I'll announce it. This guy, just for reference, I think is about 6 inches. You're not looking on video, but I'm looking at him outside of it, 6, maybe even bigger, 6, 7 inches. And the female is just a big, tall, bulky girl, probably that 4.5, 5 inches, I would guess. Anyways, and she has actually spawned before. She dropped eggs. She dropped eggs, and I don't think he fertilized, or the depi messed up the spawn. So anyways, the other new thing on this tank, I moved some of the bigger multifasciatus, the Freddies up here. I think there's 16 left, and they're getting, you know, some size on them, 3/4 of an inch, I would guess. They're available. Let me know if you're interested, guys. Off of that group in that tank I just showed you. Just amazing species. It makes me want to grow these out myself, actually, but it's only so much of every species you can keep. So, message me if you guys want to get the last of these. It would be a perfect little group for you to grow out. I always recommend that. 12 if you can get them, 12 to 15 fry, 8 minimum. Down below, these are the F1 Andino Cross Stahlsbergi, the True Green Terrors, and you can see the batch is getting thin. So I have them available if you're interested. I think I'm listing them at 1 inch plus minus or around there. But anyways, message me, guys. They won't last forever, and my pair's being stubborn, not giving me any more fry. So hope whoever wants some is going to get some before they're gone. Anyways, that's about a wrap, and nothing else I can think of to update. I mean, those ponds outside, I gave a little update on the fry project. I'm trying. The Braziliensis are still doing really good, and yeah, just again, thank you everyone who subscribes and watches the videos all the way through, especially likes the videos, and especially those comments and questions. I really appreciate the interaction and try my best to reply to every single one. The notification function is maybe not 100% foolproof, but I do my best. So, and you can always get in touch with me. The best way is for some of the fry to get a hold of them is through my Facebook or Instagram. Message me through there, or you know, leave your email in the comments, and we'll get in touch that way. Usually by text is the best way. So anyways, thanks a lot, guys, for watching another monthly Fishroom update, and until the next one, take care.